Hello, the topic given to me is osteoporosis. Coming on to the introduction, it is the very common musculoskeletal disease, and usually females are more suffering than males, and the age group is about 60 years tentatively. But if there is lack of calcium and vitamin D in the body, then the patient can get at the younger age. What is the main problem which is happening here? That is there is less bone mineral density which is happening because of the imbalance between the bone formation cells and the bone breakdown cells. That is, there is the imbalance between the osteoclast and the osteoblast cells, because of which the bone mineral density gets reduced, and due to which the patient gets this disease, and in the long run he is bound to get fractures of the spine or even the hip. What are the bony changes which happens? We'll see after the few slides that the bony changes which happen in these kind of patients are thinning of the cortical bone and reduction of the trabecules. Causes are prolonged bed rest, sedentary lifestyle, lack of calcium and vitamin D3 in the diet, if the patient is alcoholic, if the patient has to be on the bed for a longer period of time, say for example after stroke or after any injury or after surgery. All these are the causes of osteoporosis. And risk factors, primary risk factors are menopause, low birth weight, and sedentary lifestyle. And secondary risk factors are hyperthyroidism, drugs, and gastrointestinal disease. Diagnosis, usually there are two types of diagnosis. One is the radiograph, and the second is the bone mineral density or DEXA scan. Here the T scoring is being noted, and if the T score is 2.5 or less, then the patient is said to have osteoporosis, and normal T score is 1 or more. In the X-ray, here you can see that there is thinning of the cortical bones, and the trabecular system is less than a normal population. Prevention. How do we prevent it? We ask the patient to take more intake of calcium and vitamin D3 in the diet, and the lifestyles has to be changed, like sedentary lifestyle has to be reduced, and the patient can start some general activity or some general exercises, like walking or even full body exercises, weight bearing exercises, very easy exercises such as hip flexion extension with support, knee bendings, mini squats, ankle dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, and such exercises will tend to reduce this disease. And he has to increase the exposure to sunlight. Clinical features, you can see the picture here. The patient is walking and having the kyphosis posture, which is being accompanied by the forwarded posture. And the usual complaint which a patient gets is back pain. In the long run, the patient can get the vertebral compression fracture. Precautions and contraindications, there are changes in the vertebra, such as kyphosis, and we have to avoid which exercises here. We have to avoid flexion exercises of the spine, and we have to encourage the back extension exercises, because flexion exercises will in turn increase the kyphotic posture and reduce the lung function as well. While performing the resisted exercises, it has to be done with care. The next slide is for the PT management. Here basically we focus on the weight bearing exercises, then balance exercises, resistance training, and the postural exercises. Which type of balance exercises, that depends on the age of the patient and how active the patient is. The first picture is single leg standing, but here if the patient is aged, then we have to give him support, and we have to ask him to stand on one leg with support for few seconds, and we have to increase the amount of time and reduce the support in subsequent sessions. And the next picture which you can see is the quadruped position, in which the patient is lifting the hand as well as the leg, alternate hand and leg together. This is the multifidus muscle strengthening with the balancing of the body. And initially we can ask the patient to raise only the hand without holding, and same way we have to ask the patient to raise only the leg without holding, and after that we have to ask him to lift the hand and hold it for a few seconds, and even the leg, and hold it for a few seconds, and after that we have to ask him to raise the alternate hand and leg as shown in the picture, and we have to increase the number of seconds for which he can hold. All these exercises initially are done under the supervision of a doctor or a physiotherapist. Second, you can see the scapular retraction exercises in the first picture. Here the patient is just actively retracting the scapula. This will help him correct the kyphosis posture, and the kyphosis posture will not get worsened. In the second picture, you can see that the patient is holding the TheraBand and retracting the scapula. This will give strengthening to the retractor muscles. Here the patient is doing tandem walking. Again, we have to be very cautious because this disease is an old age problem. So if we are not cautious, then the patient may fall and the problem of the patient might increase. So we have to be very cautious, and we have to hold the patient in the beginning. We have to ask him just to stand with closed feet together, less base of support, and then we have to make him do tandem stance with support. After that, we have to make him do tandem walking for few steps. Again, we have to be very near to the patient so that we make sure that he doesn't fall. Likewise, we can do the general exercises as required, and we can modify such type of exercises as we want. We can even add mini squats, lunges if the patient is comfortable. We can even add toe raises, different type of yoga postures. So likewise, the goal is to reduce the sedentary lifestyle and make the patient active as much as possible. And we have to make sure that we take regular follow-ups after a month or so. Thank you.